YouTube is back in the news this week. We talked about them a little bit last week. So we talked a little bit about the YouTube terms of service last week. Well, some new stuff has come out. Family-friendly content is becoming air quotes illegal according to new FTC regulation. COPPA, COPPA, I guess is how it's pronounced. And that stands for the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. So basically, what that is it prohibits companies, tech companies like Facebook and Google, and everything like that, from collecting data from children under 13. So I know we've all done it. We've all created accounts before we've the recommended year. You can't have a Facebook until you're 13. You can't have a YouTube until you're 13. I remember creating those things when I was like 10. I mean, I know, Isaac, you've done that too, right?
Of course.
Yeah, Brody, probably. Or maybe
Gmail
not.
accounts, yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
I
it.
mean, we all do it. I mean, like your typical 5-year-old nowadays has a cell phone, so it's like,
Absolutely.
I mean-
I'm sure the problem got worse.
So, so anyway, so YouTube got fined back in September $170 million from the FTC for breaking COPPA rules. And the FTC is no longer holding YouTube, the company, accountable anymore, but rather the creators who create the content are being held responsible.
boo.
So, yeah, last episode I made a joke, and I probably shouldn't have. I didn't really know the extent of this, but about the podcast, and I was uploading the podcast, and it had said something like, "Is this for children or not?" And obviously, I know our podcast isn't meant for kids, but I didn't know the significance of it. So apparently, COPPA was created in 1998, but it didn't go into effect until 2000.
Probably by Satan. They're terrible.
Obviously, the internet was so much different back in 1998. This rule was put into effect because of there used to be chat rooms on the internet. It used to be more open. There was no like security, 258-bit security. Like there was no SSL. There was none of that stuff. So back then the internet was more open. You had access to more things. And obviously I wasn't around back then, but I know I've done research into this. And the law was created because to help to protect kids on the internet. Well, now companies are collecting more and more data than they ever have, and especially YouTube. So I'm sure everyone here has seen an ad on YouTube or on the internet in general. You might be looking at shoes on Amazon or something, and then you go on a blog or something or like a news website, and you'll see that exact shoe brand as an ad. It'll be in like, huge lettering. This is a sale, good deal, whatever. Go to click the link and to get it. And I know we've all seen that, right, Isaac? You've seen.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, Gage, the internet's littered with ads, and with Google doing their own, like, ad software type deal on websites, it's really easy just to throw some ads on whatever websites you want.
Well, they are user-based ads. And what that means is when you go on Amazon to look at that shoe, the website throws a cookie onto your browser. So then when you go on a website that supports ads, Google AdSense or whatever the company is that is offering those ads will show a user-based ad, such as that shoe company from that cookie. They review all your cookies, and they show you an ad that is going to make you click on it. So, in the COPPA doesn't allow kids under 13 to do that. So YouTube was fined the $170 million, and they announced the other day that creators have these two new options when they upload a video, and it's required. So if you click "this video is not meant for kids," nothing happens except your video just won't be seen by kids, or your video just won't be served to kids that are under 13. If you click "yes, my video is meant for kids," that says that your video is meant for kids, obviously, but your channel will lose a lot of stuff, such as those user-based ads. It'll just show generic ads that probably people aren't going to click on. The comment section won't be allowed. There won't be any branding or watermarks. There'll be no donate button, none of those cards or end screens, no live chat or live chat donations. There won't even be a notification bell. There won't be super chats. There won't be any playlists. And the creators are going to lose upwards of 90% of their revenue. Now that's a huge thing. That's a huge issue for a lot of creators. 90% of their revenue. I'm not the greatest at math, but that is a lot. And
it's a little bit. It's kind of like government tax amount, but a lot more. Like a lot more.
So they're at risk of losing it, basically. And if the creator breaks the copper rules, they will be fined from the FTC a maximum of $42,530 per video, which is an offense. And I've seen a ton of creators on YouTube this week talking about this, and it's kind of scary because, adpocalypse happened twice. There was 2 adpocalypses, and they were a couple of years ago. And creators had to be clean in their videos. There was no more swearing. A lot of creators stopped. And it's kind of crazy what YouTube and the FTC consider kid content. Things that are bright, colorful, animations, toy unboxings, any of that stuff is considered kid friendly, and a lot of channels that weren't meant for kids are being turned into kid channels by YouTube. And obviously, if you're an animator who's making adult animations, or you're unboxing figurines or something, your content isn't really aimed for kids. Losing stuff like the comment section and the notification bell suck because. And on top of that, the videos won't even be served in the recommended, so people won't even know you uploaded. It sucks because you're losing complete contact with your viewers, the people who watch you.
I'm sure they will give you the option to repeal it if they file you wrong, because that would be a big
right.
mistake.
But it's repealing it back to YouTube, who deemed it unworthy. It's not like they're gonna care much.
Actually, no, you can't appeal this at all. You can send feedback, but feedback is different from an appeal. It goes into a totally different section. Feedback is basically like, we like this or we don't like this on YouTube. So it's a big deal. A lot of creators are quite scared about what the future is of their channel. I mean,
no, it's just the double standards of it all too, with the adpocalypse happening. And then everyone has all these videos that already exist that are meant to cater to the expectations of the adpocalypse, which would then be technically kid-friendly because they cut out things like cussing and things that wouldn't be family-friendly, that the ads wouldn't be served if they had done that stuff. And now they're coming out and they're fining people for having content like that, and then serving it to non-kids and saying it's not for kids, but they just made it for the same audience they've always had, with the changes in effect for the adpocalypse. Because they're finding pre-existing videos, right?
Yeah, any video that's on the so there's about 24 million channels on YouTube. And the FTC says that they are going to comb through every channel that uploads content, and they're going to review the content. And if it is not in the correct order, that like if you're uploading adult content and you claim it's for kids, you're at risk of being fined. And if you upload kid content and it is considered adult content, that's also you're considered being fined, because kids can still find the content, I guess, on their parents' accounts. And honestly, I don't think the government, the FTC, should be the people that are trying to protect kids online. I think that's something the parents should be doing. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Maybe the website should have some sort of thing up that's like, go ask your parent if you're allowed on here, if you're like a kid or something. Maybe you have to have an adult account that signs off on allowing you into the website and just to be treated like an adult. And then the liability is not on anyone. It's just the parent's choice to let the kid be served whatever the kid is served,
We see a few years ago, the FTC... Yeah, continue, Brody.
No, I was just agreeing. That was a good idea. I think
Like,
there should be more ways of
maybe we
thinking
should
of.
start. Maybe we should start fining parents for cussing around their kids, and not being family friendly around their own kids. $40,000 fine.
Yeah.
Well, YouTube got in some trouble a couple of years ago, similar, and they created the YouTube Kids app, which has a lot of content, a lot of gaming content from channels such as the Diamond Mine Cart, Stampy Longhead, or whatever. Like kid-friendly content was on this app. That's what it was meant for. And the FTC said, no, that's not good enough. Well, channels, a lot of creators without having access to things like being served in the recommended, and it's a total bitch if you're a kid-friendly content creator. Like the Diamond Minecraft, for instance, these are the two big channels. I mean, they got Diamond Minecraft has like 26 million subs, and the Stampy channel has like 10 million subs. And obviously they're Minecraft YouTubers, but that was the big thing that kids were watching back in the day, and they still are. They still get millions of views every month.
I mean, like,
And
I'll shamefully admit that, like, when I was a little kid playing Minecraft, occasionally I would go on Diamond Minecart or whatever. And I mean, I look back at that stuff and I'm like, oh, cringe. But
yeah,
it was a phase. It was a thing. It happened.
it's good content for it's good clean content for kids though. Like it's good, and that's all on the YouTube Kids app. But I was on Twitter, and I saw these kid-friendly creators were trending on Twitter, and their points are that if they lose complete contact from their viewers, like they don't get any feedback from their viewers, they get nothing. How are they going to be able to continue to create good content? Because you're completely cut off from your viewers. Like there's no way for them to get in contact. And I think that the YouTube, and I like your idea, but I think YouTube ought to go one step further. And they even have this, save a restricted profile. The schools use it, and that means that you can't see the comment section or anything. If a parent really doesn't want their kids to do that, there ought to be kind of like a kids mode where kids can't see the comment section or interact with them, but that shouldn't be site wide for everyone, because every parent is different. Every parent was raised differently. Every parent has different values, and some people are a lot more lenient than others. And I just think banning this kind of these features for creators who are trying to make kid content is kind of sad. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
Right, and how are kids even gonna get served kid-friendly content now? You said they're taking them off like recommended and stuff.
Yeah. There's
So
no way
so
to
how
find,
is a kid that's using YouTube to watch kid-friendly stuff supposed to even find the kid-friendly stuff they're watching?
You have to know what you're looking for, I guess. Like search it.
And then what does that mean for these channels that want to create kid-friendly stuff? Because I mean, it's good. There should be kid-friendly stuff available for kids.
Family friendly should be a thing, right? I mean, there should be a ton of different that's what YouTube is. It's a place for a ton of different variants of content. There's stuff for young kids. There's stuff for kids growing, preteens, teenagers, young adults, older. I mean, there's even stuff for older people on YouTube. YouTube has such a wide variety of different content that no matter who you are on the platform, you're never going to get bored because there's so many hours of content. And I mean, honestly, I don't agree with the FTC on this. There is a way though. This doesn't actually go in effect till January of 2020. They're not going to start combing through channels. There's a petition right now.
So there is time for you to go and like delete all your old content.
Well,
kind
yes,
of.
But
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
I don't think you should have to, but
no, I don't. I agree too. Contact your senators. Contact anyone that's in the government locally. There's the website. I'll link it in the description in the show notes. But you can go on there and you can write your opinion about this. It's the same thing with net neutrality was going around. People were signing petitions and all this. But honestly, if people actually know how the severity of this is going to happen, mean, I'd rather have, some 13-year-old or some 12-year-old watching a Minecraft video on YouTube than I would friggin' them out back smoking getting into smoking and you know what I mean, Isaac?
Go smoking a joint in the backyard with that less family friendly family.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Got the one rebel kid that gets his smokes from his parents and shares them with all the other kids because they're too bored not watching their YouTube anymore.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of creators that we watch are, I mean, Gus Johnson, for instance, I know that some of his content is more kid related. I mean, a lot of his content does not
Gus
involve...
Johnson is not kid related, Gage.
Some of the stuff though could be.
I don't agree with that one.
No.
Okay, that video. Okay,
no,
yeah, some of it could be
all.
like kids could find that 3 a.m. cat video like funny, or that Spotify ad video funny because, I mean, I don't know, man.
He says go buy Spotify Premium, you cheap.
Okay. You can say it, Isaac. You can say it.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. This is bad. This is pretty scary for the platform, but I guess
Gage,
we'll see
I'm
what
not going to
happens.
get fined from the FTC.
We're creating adult content. If we get fined, we're all putting our money in the hat, okay?
I'm not helping. If we get fined, I'm running. You will never even see me again.
I'm deleting the channel. I'm moving to Mexico. Jorge will be my name from now on.
Maybe we should just move our we should just get rid of our YouTube channel. Listen to us on Spotify and iTunes and the other don't go to YouTube. Just let's just get rid of it.
Oh, okay.
Gotta stay safe. Some crazy stuff's happening at YouTube.
Yeah. Stay safe, man. Gotta avoid those FTC fines. They're just chucking them at you, you know?